Just getting the camera set up. Obviously, I'll just get set up while we wait for people to jump on. Yeah. So anyway, right, we're actually getting to a final phase on this job now. We're actually going to send the end grain board through the planers. Now, I haven't done this before. I don't know what it's going to do to the board, but it is looking nice. I know it's not perfect. It's my first attempt on a board like this, so you can't expect perfection on your first job you ever do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to send this through the planer. Now, I will say, I know quite a bit about woodworking. We might get a bit of blowout on the edges. If she does blow out, I'm not going to worry about any blowout on there because I will be cutting the board slightly smaller, and then I can go ahead and get the board edge. So I'm going to be sending that through the planer. I do need to plane these down as well because I am going to try and make two boards. It is full of glue. I should have been a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I should have been a little bit more precise on the glue cleanup. So I'm just going to send these through and flatten them off to the same thickness as well on this video. And then we can go ahead on another video and actually get this board finished. But thank you whoever's jumped on you and just given us a like. That is awesome. Put your goggles on, mate. I'm excited about this, but I'm sure something is going to fly out. All right, Jason. I did say I am expecting blowout on this, mate. I am going to risk it for a biscuit, as they say on the radio, but we don't know unless we try, do we? Obviously, I haven't had a lot of experience on this, but it is looking nice. I will show you it. Don't know if you can see it on there. There's a lot going on this board, but we've actually managed to get something out of this. So I am quite happy about it. Like I said, it's the first one. I do have a gap in this one down here. I don't know if you can see that. That is a little bit annoying. But do you know what? It's not looking too bad. And we got obviously some bad bits at the bottom. I knew this was going to happen by obviously the timber I was using. It was like, look at it. See the state of it? It was quite a bit rough, wasn't it? Look at that. There we go. So yeah, we're just going to set the planer up. I'm going to try and find some goggles and take Jason's advice. I think I best do that, didn't I? I don't know if I got any goggles lying around here now, to be honest with you. I did have a set. I don't know where I've put them. I am completely chock-a-blocking, yeah. I'm not going to lie, I'm doing so. I don't know if you guys do the same as me. You've got about 40, 50 jobs on the go, and then every single tool is out. I haven't even had time to start putting them away yet. I'm not going to lie. So, yeah, let me just have a look to see if I got some goggles lying around here. I should have a set somewhere. I have been tidying up. You won't believe it. I actually have been tidying up. But then I started a load of jobs yesterday. So I think what I'll do, I'll just stand at the side of the machine as it goes through. Hello from Australia. That is awesome. Nice of you to join us. You've got your little crown on there as well. Fair play. Yeah, safety first. I always wear my ear defenders. A lot of you know this when I'm running the planer. But I've always been standing here, and everything that fires out always fires out in this direction anyway. I do wear goggles in work, and I'm sure I put a brand new set in here not long back. But I don't know where I put them. They were around here somewhere. So let me just have a look for some. Where have I put them in? Are they under here? Do you know what? I haven't got a clue where they are. So, it looks like I'll be running without goggles anyway, alright? So don't go panicking, everyone. It's quite low. Everything is going to fire out in this direction. So I'm going to try and take a little skim. I think there's a load of you who jumped on here. I think we'll send this through first. We may as well, hadn't we? I'm going to send it down face first. That's the flatter side. Let's just try and get rid of some of the rough off there, I'd imagine. So I'm just going to go up with the planer. I don't know if I'm set up yet, so we're going to go for a light skim to start with. That's not touching the rollers, we'll just bring them down slightly. So anyway, how's everyone today on this Sunday? We'll just get that set. I think we've got everything connected up. I'll just check that we're plugged in. Yes, we are. Obviously, a lot of you will know we're into the Festool 100 years now this year. I hope everyone's spending their hard-earned money. I'm trying to avoid spending anything at the moment. I'm not going to lie. I'll do a little short. There's a nice Festool magazine that's just come out as well, everyone. I don't know if you've seen that. So yeah, let's go ahead now and send this through the planer, because I'm yabbering on a bit like I normally do. But yeah, don't forget now, like, follow and subscribe if you want to follow this from start to finish, like I do say. And we'll just send this through the planer. Let's have a look what it's going to look like. So here it goes. Just shave it to start. Did you put your goggles on? So we did have a little bit of blowout. I knew this was going to happen. But not too bad. It's just taking a little bit off the end there. So I'm happy about that. I was taking it nice and flat as well. That was hell of a racket. Mind, I don't know if you lot heard that, because I certainly did. So yeah, we've suffered a bit of blowout. I knew it was going to happen, because right at the end there, maybe if I changed the order of these, I might have got away with it. But here goes. Let's just send it through again now on the other side. Here's all the blowout lock. I was a risk taker, wasn't I? But that's that. So let's just turn this the other way around now. We'll just drop the planer, and I'm hoping I can plane a little bit more off there. I'm putting mine on. Jason said safety first. Yes, correct, everyone. Let me just move the comments down below there. I've hit the wrong button as per usual. Right, so here goes. We're going to send it through again now. Obviously, we might have pieces firing out by here, but that was quite clean. I was happy with that. Here goes. Looks like we got away with that one, no damage, so I'll just go down a little bit more. Fired that piece off. Not looking too bad, is it? Little bits at a time, everywhere. Do you know what? It's not looking too bad, is it? What does Robert say there? Hello again from New Zealand, brother. Been a long time since I last seen you. What you doing? What you do in your realm is hearty. Thank you, Robert. Yeah, I've been a while since I seen you on here, mate. So yeah, I took a massive risk sending this through the planers, because I thought, you know what, I'm not going to spend hours of sanding on it. And I thought if it does blow out in certain areas of the board, I thought I can just tidy that up by squaring it all back up, because I know it needs squaring. So all this board needs now is to be squared up, and then we can put an edge on there, get a drip routed in there, and then I can decide what sort of oil I'm going to put on there. But it's not looking too bad, is it? It's looking nice. It is a decent looking board. Don't forget, mind, this is all recycled wood. It was in one hell of a state. God knows how many black bags full of sawdust I've had to get rid of to actually come to this stage. And all I've ended up with is this one board by here. And I'm hoping that we're going to make a second board as well. Because I've got to plane these down. These are all the bad bits that went through the planer. So I'm going to hope and fingers crossed to see if I can get something out of this as well. But you will be surprised with the amount of scrap material you start picking up and building up. All of these little offcuts you got to get rid of. It all started off life, as you know, as a maple floor. Obviously, this is the timber I rescued from a job. Then we glued them all together. But I will say, mind, I'm probably going to end up ordering a skip to get rid of all of this. So it can get costly. For those of you thinking, oh, I'll recycle that wood, I'll make something out of this. Obviously, you've got to bear in mind with the amount of material and the waste material you're going to be getting rid of. Now, obviously, I got notifications popping up on my phone everywhere. But obviously, there's a lot of waste. So, yeah, we've actually got something out of it. Let me move these out of the way. I'm happy with it. It's not perfect. Those of you who know or follow my videos, I will point out imperfections I find in any of my work that I do. We've got a slight gap in that one there. So yeah, I can probably get some sanding on the go. I can probably pop little bits of resin in some of these. I'll just give you a close-up so you can see the board yourself. So you can make your own decision if you like it or not. See if you're happy with it, I don't know. But it's not looking bad, is it? Considering we've recycled this timber from a job, it is actually looking all right. I did try and put all the best pieces of this board facing upwards, and then I've used the bad bits towards the back end of the board. So the ones I weren't happy with are staying at the back, and the ones that I was happy with, I've kept towards the face of the board. Hello, how are you? So yeah, it's looking nice. I'm happy with it. I just need to do a bit more work now, tidying the edges up like I said, and squaring the board. And it looks like we've actually got something out of it. Don't forget now, this has been a lengthy process, this job. I think we started the Maple Live videos in January time, somewhere around there. Then we realised that we had a problem with the moisture content in the wood. So I got airing all the timber out and we managed to get the moisture content down. I think we're at about 4% now, something like that. I tell you what I'll do. I'll just test the moisture content of this now. Doesn't look like anything's happening. Do you know what? I'd probably pack that away somewhere. Here it is. So it'd be nice to know what the moisture content of this board is now. But we did do a lot of tests on a lot of the live videos for those of you who has followed this from start to finish, and the moisture content of this was good. So we'll just check that now. I'll do it on a live. You watch something not be right now and I will be absolutely gutted. So I'm going to hold the board up in front of you. I haven't checked it myself, I'm not going to lie. Press that in here. Well, we're at 6.8. I prefer it to be a bit lower, I'm not going to lie. But a 6.8 there, stab it in there. We got a 6.3 there to 6.4. That's saying 5 there. Let's just check the sides as well on camera for you. What's that saying? I can't read it. There's a 5 or a 6 on there. So we're not too bad. Actually, there we go. 5 there. So I'm quite happy with this. I'll probably leave this another week now. Oh, hang on. Whoa, hold your horses. Look at that. We got an 8.4 when I stabbed that in. So I will leave this board now a couple of weeks. All right. I'll see if anything happens to it, see if the board actually cups or anything like that. All right, because that's what happens with them. So I'll leave this rest. I'm happy with it. It's looking nice. And then I'll seal it in maybe on another live. And we probably have to wait another 2 weeks before we put a seal on this. But obviously there's more work to do, like I said. We've got to re-square it. we've got a route to the edge, we've got a route to the drip in there, and then I can get the board sealed up. Because as we know, if there's any moisture in there, it will cup. I had a project a few years back, a cupped. It is what it is. You learn off your mistakes. Hence why we use moisture meters. But some companies lie about the moisture in the timber. I don't know if those of you who've had problems with that in the past. And what has Robert said on here? So tell me, how could we get some New Zealand native timber offcuts? I don't know, Robert, the answer to that. 7.5, that's the magic number, is it, Robert? So yeah, we could be high on this. I will do the meter again, all right? I did have an orange reading then, but don't forget, we have glued up. Maybe I'm fully cured. That's saying 6.8. I am stabbing it in there. That's a 7.8. So I'd say we might be slightly high on this, 7.2. So I'll just leave this settle a couple of weeks and then maybe we will get something out of it. So it is a bit high. We're not happy with that, but we will see. What's that? 6.0, 7.5. Yes, a little bit high, I'd say. But do you know what? It stayed nice and flat. Nothing have changed since it's been sitting here the last week. So let's just hope that stays as it is. All right. So thank you for jumping on this live. I will see you lot on the next video. And I'm going to go and cry myself to sleep now because there's too much water in my board. All right. Ta-ra.